Hi again, everyone. Um, just want to give you a reminder, even though you're watching these videos with the answers for a lot of the questions, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to understand it after watching it. So if you have any difficulties with any questions, please send me an email, a text, give me a phone call or Skype, and we can go over these questions one-on-one and help you build a little bit of a greater understanding. Now, before we get started on the communicate questions on page 251, I'd like you to actually go back to the work on it activity on page 250 if you haven't already done this. This work on it activity is actually designed to be done by you at home by yourself. It's a simple assignment where you actually just go out and do some basic observations of the moon, something you guys can easily do on the colony. We're going to now start on the questions on 251 to communicate. How does the moon's appearance change over time? So this is kind of similar to the last set of communicate questions. The moon grows gradually from a crescent, so just a sliver of a moon, to a full disk or a full moon, and then decreases from a full disk back to a sliver to nothing seen at all, which is also called a new moon. Question number 2. Does the moon appear to be a different size when it is rising, when it is risen fully, or when it's setting? Now, I'm sure many times you've seen a moon rise and the moon at its full peak up in the sky at the night, and when it's setting the next morning. Now, do you think the moon is closer to the Earth when it's rising and farther away when it's up in the sky, and then closer again once it's setting? Or do you think that might be just an optical illusion? It's actually an optical illusion. The moon seems to be larger when rising and setting than when it is high in the sky because of an optical illusion. This is possibly due to our brains perceiving the horizon to be more distant than the point overhead. Question number 3. What features have you observed on the moon's face? Did these features change? Now, when you're taking a look at the moon at night, whether it's through your eyes or through your binoculars, you'll see many light gray patches and a few dark patches on the moon's face. Most of these patches are the moon's seas, as they call them. They are actually flat areas formed from molten lava from the moon's interior. Some of the lighter patches viewed are mountainous areas pockmarked with craters, believed to have been formed by either meteorites or by volcanic eruptions. You most likely would be able to take a look at them and say they simply don't change. These light and dark regions, because they haven't changed, have led to many different interpretations over the years and have been the cause of many of the famous myths we have. Some people see a face on the moon, others see a rabbit or a lion. Next time you're outside, take a look up at the moon and see if you can see any shapes on it. Question number 4. How does the moon appear to move across the sky? From our perspective, the moon rises in the east, travels across the sky, and sets into the west every night. Question number 5. Can you predict when the moon will be seen in the sky? The next day or night? Where will it be in the sky? How can you tell? Now, if you take a look at the moon cycles and that, it doesn't exactly go on a 24-hour cycle. If you see the moon rise, let's say tonight, let's say it rises at 8 o'clock. Well, usually the moon will appear the next day, about approximately 50 minutes later. So if it rose tonight at 8, it's going to rise tomorrow night at 8:50.